And India today spoke to Union Minister Rajyavardhan Rathore, who appealed to veterans to call off their agitation. This, of course, after veterans say they're unhappy, said they're unhappy with the government's
announcement. The government has made what it believes a magnanimous one-rank, one-pension offer, but ex-servicemen very unhappy. What does the government intend to do next? Joining us now is the official spokesperson for the Modi government, the Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, and an army man himself, Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore. Colonel Rathore, welcome. You're a Fauji yourself, although you're an MP now, so one rank, one pension doesn't apply to you, does it?
It does apply to me because I'm an ex-serviceman. The point is, I've heard of the announcement. I've also heard the ex-servicemen. Let's look at the big picture, and it's very important to look at the big picture. 40 saal se, for the last 40 years, you did not have a one rank, one pension. You had no strike in that period of one rank, one pension. The demand is justified, and hence this government, before the Prime Minister even became the Prime Minister, he committed that we are committed to this because we have an emotional connect with the armed forces. Let's again go back. When you won the 71 war, what did the armed forces get as a gift from Congress government? Their pension was reduced from 75% to 50%. So don't forget all these, the past anomalies. The large number of widows which are there. Our intention was to look after them. The soldiers who retire at 35 years of age. That's our first priority. And hence it was important that we deliver one rank, one pension in true spirit.
No, but now, you're talking about the soldiers who retire at the age of 35. I think that's where the biggest problem is this evening. Because I was at Jantar Mantar right before I came here. And over there the soldiers are agitated because there's something called voluntary retirement which doesn't exist in the armed forces. And you understand this better than anyone else. In the army, infantrymen take premature retirement because we want a young, fighting, fit army. So how is it that these people will not be eligible for one rank, one pension? Everybody at Jantar Mantar and elsewhere is aghast.
No, see, let's also understand this is not the end of the world. Let's also understand there's just been one press conference and there have been, let's say, about 5,000 words spoken in that press conference. One rank, one pension to be understood in 4,000, 5,000 words may not be possible. It may be the communication may have been incorrect to this particular extent. You asked me a specific question right now. 35 years of age, when a Jawan goes out, he will get the one rank, one pension. All right. Now, anyone, let's just put it simply, anyone who has a valid reason to leave the armed forces on a retirement, on a premature retirement that's been accepted by the armed forces will get one rank.
No, but why this confusion then? Why is there no official clarification? I'm asking you, Minister, what does voluntary retirement mean that has been alluded to when one rank, one pension was announced?
Why this hunger strike? Why this strike only now? Why not for the last 40 years? Because they know only this government will deliver. And they've been harping on Koshari committee, right? So shall we go purely and strictly by Koshari committee? It says 1,300 crores in 1 year. Let's give it and forget about it. Then it says a 10% increase every year, which means 235 crores every year. Is it acceptable to the pensioners? Is it acceptable to the people at Jantar Mantar? They were harping that hame to Koshari committee hi chahiye. But the Prime Minister realized that if you give this, it's an eyewash. The Koshari committee did not go into the details. I heard the Congress spokesperson read out verbatim that 500 crores were allotted because of the budget estimates of the defense finance. So all those calculations are wrong. When you go into a detailed calculations, we realize it requires 8,000 to 10,000 crores, and that's been delivered. So हाथी अब पूरा का पूरा निकल गया दरवाजे में से पूंछ रह गई उसके लिए भी वहाँ पर उसके लिए भी एक one-man judiciary inquiry लगाई हुई है. This is not the end of the world. Let the one-man
judiciary. It's not about the tail of the elephant. It's 40%. You know the army better than me, sir. 40% of the Indian army retires prematurely. Right now the announcement is that those, and it's called voluntary retirement, it's a wrong definition. I'm asking you, Minister, what does voluntary retirement in the eyes of the Modi government mean?
So let's not confuse, let's not argue on something that you and I both are not aware of. Let's just wait for the fine print to come.
But why hasn't it been put out so far, sir?
The fine print is going to be put out. It's like I said, it's a complicated affair, and there's a one-man judicial inquiry put into it, so that they take more time to speak to the stakeholders and then come out with the entire one rank, one pension scheme. But the implementation will start.
One of the other points that was made was that why should it be a judicial member who doesn't understand the pays and allowances of the army? Why can't some veterans or serving officers also be part of this committee?
So now the judiciary does not understand armed forces. Fabulous. The judiciary has been deciding on variety of cases armed forces, and now suddenly the judiciary does not understand armed forces. What logic is this?
You think the armed forces personnel are being unfair and unreasonable?
At this point, and let me also say, my father is a 65 war veteran, and all these people that are there in Jantar Mantar are my father's age. A whole lot of them are from Grenadiers. So at this point of time, I feel that they are being emotionally led there. They need to be reasonable. We are a disciplined force. We talk about our careers in the army being not a profession, but a way of life. Why now, when the Prime Minister has delivered such a huge amount of sum for ex-servicemen in one rank, one pension, let's wait and let's discuss with the Judiciary Commission which is there, and modifications will keep happening. We will ensure that the one rank, one pension is delivered most appropriately.
But there's a lot of distrust also between, and you know that you've been an army officer yourself, distrust between the soldier and the babu. Since 1973, they believe that they've been robbed unfairly by the IAS bureaucracy, and they're very unhappy about that, which is why they want to see the fine print, which is why they're not prepared to believe what's been announced.
That's why leadership role must be played by those who are leaders, and that's why the BJP government has played a leadership role. The Raksha Mantri ensured that the babus, the so-called babus that you're mentioning, clear the budget from Raksha Mantralaya, from the Defence Ministry. The Finance Minister ensured that the budget is cleared from the Finance Ministries. So who's the leader? This political party, this government is the leader, and they're acting like leaders now.
Final question, what do you intend to do next? Because on the 12th of September, the veterans have called a big rally here in Bihar. There's also talk, at least earlier, about potentially going into the Bihar elections and campaigning against the government. That was before one rank, one pension was announced. Is that something that is of concern to you? How will you deal with this big rally on the 12th of September?
The ex-servicemen around the whole country knew if there is one government that can deliver on one rank, one pension, it is the Modi government. And it is only during the Modi government that they realized that since OROP will come, some of them decided to sit on Jantar Mantar on a dharna. Now it is up to them to decide whether should they carry on the hunger strike or a bigger strike on the 12th. But we are very sure, we are committed to those ex-servicemen who are across the country who have served this nation. We are committed to them. We will deliver to their widows and to the ex-servicemen, and we have done that. And whatever modifications need to be carried out, we will carry it out. This one rank, one pension has not come because there is a dharna going on in Jantar Mantar. This one rank, one pension has come because this government is committed to ex-servicemen.
Okay, you're saying that the government is open to modifications. You're also saying that ex-servicemen are being emotionally led and they need to be reasonable and accept that what's being done now hasn't been done for the past 40 years. Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore for joining us in India Today. Thank you very much.